hopefully you'll be no interruptions.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Greg Runes the Cold Open. No, it's our new podcast format where I just start recording and see what Greg's saying at the time. No, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. We're going to be talking about the Spider-Man Brand New Day, oh yes it is, trailer today. And then next week's episode is where we're going to dive into Daredevil Born Again. This week's episode, you might be like, this isn't a Monday. Or is it? No, it's not. Greg decided he needed a vacation. So he took one and didn't bother telling me until I was like, hey, are we recording at 7:30 tonight?
I like to keep you on your toes, and hey,
It was successful.
PTO is PTO, man. I earned it. I earned
Yep.
it. I mean,
You
yeah,
have it.
that's a stretch. I would say that's a stretch. I have it is a
Mhm.
good way to put it. And I guess I can't go to the bathroom because that's what I was going to ask you until you started hitting record. So everybody, let's make this quick. It's getting to be a desperate time. All right. Well, as you know already, I'm Greg, everybody. Thank you for coming back to our lovely podcast here where we make no sense and relish in it. So if you're looking for ways to support this thing, you can
Yep.
find us on our YouTube channel, search 10 Minute Marvel. Give us a like and thumb, smash that subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. It's hashtag 10MinMarvel. And of course, you can read a rating and review. Nope, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from.
Can
So,
possibly read some there too,
yeah,
if other people have done them.
true. That'd be great. Read some. Put
Mhm.
some in so we can read some, people. That'd be great. Petter,
Yes.
I know it's either news or rumors, and I usually get this right at
Yep.
least 50% of the time. So let's start off with our main topic today, shall we?
Yeah, let's kick it off with a Spider-Man Brand New Day, oh yes it is, rumor.
Of course.
So, only one rumor this week because everything has been the trailer that came out and Daredevil Born Again. So, the only rumor, this one comes from Alex from CC being Cosmic Circus, that the Jackal is also going to be a villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes, he is.
Whatever.
It's
Fine.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking of the actual 90s band. Was it the 90s or 80s? Jackal.
I feel like it was 80s.
I think it was late 80s because Jackal had Ted Nugent in it and the guy from Them Damn Yankees.
I was wrong. 1991.
Oh, okay. I said
Yeah.
late 80s. That was kind of close.
Mhm.
Anyways, that Jackal, because that would be awesome. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, I mean, they just had the wrong Jackal. It's not the actual comic book character, but there's
Yeah,
gonna be a band.
they messed up the spelling of it then.
Well,
So,
you don't want to give it all away because that is a
right.
gem of a Easter egg. I don't know what that would be
Mhm.
actually.
Well, I mean, Jackal is they're a current, they've been continuing on since 1991. They are not
You
a defunct band anymore.
really you know this?
Yeah.
Are you a hardcore Jackal fan? And I didn't know.
No, I looked it up on Wikipedia in like a couple seconds.
I was like, let me see what t-shirt you have on right now.
I got a nice polo.
Just a green polo. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a Jackal t-shirt that says
No.
2026 tour
Yeah.
tour day Midwest casinos and bars.
Exactly.
All right. Let's stop this tangent. Let's go. What do we got?
Fairgrounds.
State Fairgrounds
Yeah.
in Zirkle, Minnesota.
Yeah, I didn't say state fairgrounds. I just said fairgrounds.
Oh, Fairgrounds.
I can get a Jackal t-shirt for $10. It's an extra large, so it's not going to fit well, but I can get one.
I believe it's time for you to buy one of those, and I would like to see it on the next podcast, please.
Yep. It'll be great for the audience too, and our
No, I don't care about them. I just want to see it myself. This is purely for me.
Mhm. So, news-wise, probably
Jackal's going on tour in 2027.
Probably the most surprising piece of news besides that is that Wonder Man Season 2 confirmed.
What? That is crazy when you sent that to me.
I know, and I am so excited for that.
So am I.
Season was so good.
It was really good. Although I'm a little bit like, where they have to pick up is kind of interesting. I almost
Hmm.
liked it was a very nice like ending to it, and I would have been completely okay with nothing afterwards. But
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there is certainly an opportunity for more story. And I don't think without Destin Daniel Cretton and the other parts of the creative team there and Brad Winderbaum feeling like they had something good for it, they wouldn't have done a season two.
yeah, I agree.
So, so I'm
It'll be good.
confident that it's going to be good. I just, I don't have a strong feeling as to what direction it's going to go.
Right. Because I mean, that first season was very much it's just around Simon, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna get bigger than that. And I think the whole greatness of that show was just the fact that it's about Simon and then Trevor's character. So I don't know. I'm sure what they have is gonna be great. It was almost like lightning in a bottle, and I'm just worried that it's gonna be a swing and miss. But I think we say that about everything like in this nature, right? So
Yeah. I'm
whatever.
confident it won't be a swing and miss, but
Like
can it
not
live? Yeah, can
Yeah,
it live up to what the first season did? I'm not 100% sure.
that's a better way to put it. Not a swing and miss. I think it'll
Mhm.
be good, but yeah, can it hold
Yeah.
up?
Then Marvel has added three or kind of reserved three movie dates in the upcoming years: July 2028, May 2029, and July 2029. So probably the most important thing with this is 2027 looks like it's only going to have a movie.
That's yeah. As of right now,
As of right now, I mean, the whole theory would be that it's this secret movie that's getting filmed at some point in time. I don't think that's going to come to fruition. So I think we're just going to have a movie.
and what movie? So are they going to shift? Okay, wait. What is the dates again? Is it
So I'm confused what you're thinking's going to shift. Nothing's going to shift. This is all dates after Secret Wars.
right? That is okay.
So
So what?
nothing has
Nothing
been
shifts,
announced. Yep. And I mean, you'd be looking at things like Shang-Chi 2, Black Panther 3, X-Men, Doctor Strange 3 potentially, Thor 5, or something like Midnight Suns,
yeah.
or multiple mutant projects.
Right.
I think it's gonna
Deadpool, another
ah,
Deadpool.
yeah, I could see potentially another Deadpool there. I think it's going to be two X-Men related projects. So I think we're going to get an X-Men in there and then something else, some character specific thing.
Wait, so if we have recently they popped in a new time before Secret Wars, right? Isn't
No,
there was a movie that we there's a
that's the
I'm
theory is
losing
that there's a secret movie that's going to come out between. There is no official anything.
oh really? Okay.
Hmm.
I'm losing my timeline here. Too much is shifting. I feel like there was gonna be we talked about having a movie which we thought was gonna be Doctor Strange
Yeah, that
fall
that's
between
been
Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yep, that's been the theory is that something like that's going to be announced at some point in time. And it could be, but
I get, I guess where I'm going with it is that with Coogler writing another Black Panther movie,
yep.
that's got to show up, I would think, relatively soon as not soon, but post Secret Wars.
Yeah, Post Secret Wars, that to me is probably the May 2029 one.
Okay. Yeah.
And
But
it could be that
X-Men,
they could be that they add an additional one to 2028. They just want to confirm, like, be ready for Kugler or for Kugler to sign off and say, like, yep, I have the script, I have everything, it's ready.
right. Either way, I think what we'll see is a Black Panther. Other X-Men would be I would think they're gonna go headstrong right into the X-Men stuff.
Yeah, I think July
But
2028 is X-Men.
yeah. Thor, I don't know where Thor 5 falls into,
Hmm.
although I know that that's cooking too, that they want to probably do that. Hemsworth is up for it, but
Yeah. I
what
mean,
story
Thor
is
5,
important for that? I don't know.
yeah. Thor 5, I don't think we'd get Thor 5. I tossed it out there, but I think it's more likely that we get, I don't know, maybe a Wolverine movie. I'd actually love like a Storm movie.
Agreed. But I think Hemsworth, I mean, he's not going to wait. 4 years for a Thor movie, is he?
He may.
I mean, he's not uh, to train like that. I mean, I don't know. The way he
Well,
trains for it, maybe that just won't
right.
be the case. Nothing like Love and Thunder. 'Cause he
Yeah.
went to a new level with that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that it could certainly pull back on that. Obviously, okay, would he wait 4 years with how hard he trains for it? Yeah, he probably would because it is a lot of training, but it's a focused, like very focused training for a very specific amount of time. He doesn't have to maintain Thor bod the whole
Thor
time.
bod,
Yeah.
that that thing we all wish we had. The
Hmm.
Thor mod. I think, yeah, and I mean, I guess from a reality standpoint, if you have as an actor something kind of scheduled and mapped out for or so years down the road, and that you're gonna make millions of dollars on, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fun that you look forward to. And there's so much you can do in between that time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer, I guess, for him.
Yep. Yeah, I think most of these
Jeez,
actors.
must be
It,
rough.
I know. Most of these actors, it's going to be like, okay, whenever Marvel comes calling, we'll be ready
Mhm.
for it. But they're filming other things. Marvel is working around their schedules to make it work to some extent, or other schedules are moving to make it work for Marvel to some extent. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I don't think it's going to be a Storm movie, but I'm
But it
trying to
should
think.
be.
Yeah, it should be
Or
maybe
Kitty
an
Pryde,
X Force.
like a group. You thinking more group than
Yeah,
individual?
could be a group, like a second group movie, especially if the original X-Men movie is more of a focused on Xavier sort of story. Could even do, I mean, House of X sorts, like Powers of X sort of
Yeah.
thing. I don't know where they're going to go. I just don't have a feel yet. I think that's at the end of Secret Wars. I think we'll probably have a feel of, okay, these might be some of the actors they've cast, and that might give us an idea of, okay, what sort of story could they be telling? But it's not there yet. Then, just to talk a little bit of Daredevil Born Again here and the Punisher special presentation, we got titles for all the episodes. Like I said, we're going to talk about Daredevil Born Again next week, the first episode. First episode being called The Northern Star, then Shoot the Moon, The Scales, and The Sword. Both of those are coming out next week. Gloves Off, Requiem, The Hateful Darkness, The Southern Cross, and then the week after, correct? I believe.
I believe so.
The Punisher special presentation is coming out 60 minutes, it sounds like, for that.
That's awesome. I
That
was
is that's going to be just is it just going to be pure action? Like 60 minutes kind of nonstop action?
I I don't if it's anything like the previous Punishers, I don't think so because it's the same writer, producer, same creative people behind the Punisher, I think, that took this over.
I
And the way
mean,
that
definitely um John Barenthal heavily involved with it too.
yeah, I'm sure yeah, I think that I think it'll be quite a bit of action, but I think you'll see a lot of that really strong dialogue in there that's got a lot of punch to it. It's just really raw. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I feel like that's kind of the way the Punisher Netflix series was too. So, I love that. I love the Netflix version.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a lot of action though.
Yeah.
Especially just based off of what we think it's going to be about. Punisher cleaning up the rogue cops, the fixed mercenaries who are using his symbol. And
hmm
I'm assuming it's probably going to be that one who took out the White Tiger, who's going to be
Oh,
kind of the last one standing. And
maybe,
who knows?
maybe.
It could all be changing based off of Greg's answer and one episode of Daredevil Born Again being out, but who
Right.
knows?
And by the way, for those that have seen the first episode, okay, Petter has not. So in the comments, don't mention anything about Foggy coming back as Daredevil, everybody. Okay.
Hmm. I mean, to me, that was the right casting the whole time, anyways.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Cox is okay as Daredevil, but the Foggy actor would be
Mm,
perfect as Daredevil.
right? I'm telling you. No. I was it's a callback from a joke that I gave to Petter. Anyways, I would say that the Punisher special. What it's really cool how they just kind of flowing right into it. I didn't
hmm
expect that. I
I,
and I feel like it's going to be a really seamless transition in a
hmm
sense.
I wonder if it will, part of it will even just take place during the events of Daredevil
Yeah,
Born
like it
Again.
starts maybe at the end of in
Yeah.
those last episode or two of Daredevil.
Yeah, or it might not show us that it starts in that, but we'll just be like, okay, well, we recognize some of these events that are going on based off of news or stuff like that reporting, and here's what Punisher is doing during that time.
Yeah. I has Frank been cast at all in or are they completely skipping over him in this
He's
season
not
two?
supposed to be in season two from what has been said.
Right.
So I think kind of where we left Daredevil and him and kind of their difference of opinions and ways of doing thing, they're taking this war on vigilantes and with Fisk in different ways.
See, I think he's gonna show up. I think it only makes sense to have I'm not it doesn't need to be a lot of like the precursor to what the Punisher special presentation is, but I think that they will have him be a part of that last episode or two of Daredevil. And then it just there's a better bridge into the Punisher series. So not
And
series,
see,
special
I
presentation.
yeah, and I think that that bridge is going to be the start of the Punisher special presentation.
So do you think there'll be Daredevil in The Punisher?
No, I think that because we'll so freshly know the events of the last couple episodes of Daredevil Born Again, that when the Punisher special presentation kicks off, we're gonna see and it could have Daredevil in it. If there's like a big street fight or something going on, Frank's gonna go past that, or it's gonna be on the news getting talked about while he's suiting up to go out.
It's such a long distance though between the end of season one, where we saw Frank, through
Yeah,
season
it could,
two of
yeah,
Daredevil.
it could also just be that they're going to play it as whole special presentation takes place during the time frame.
That's true. Because I'm trying, I don't know, we don't really know how much time this spans for Daredevil in season two, right?
hmm
It's not, is it a week? Is it going to be like 3, 4 months? We don't really know.
Yeah.
So it just seems to be a long time, possibly, to be away from anything with Frank Castle. So I don't
hmm
know.
But also, it's a Daredevil show. Yeah, we're getting Jessica Jones back in it. There are other characters in it that we know, but a lot of them are very connected to Daredevil. And Frank is, by the grace of the Netflix shows, but also as a character in the comics, tends to just do his own thing. So he doesn't have to be super connected.
I think the bigger question then is, what's he doing in Brand New Day? I think so.
hmm
This is my, hey, this is a segue. If you want to take it, it's just I'm dangling it out there for you.
No, well, I would want to take it, but I want to ask you the question: is the Punisher special presentation going to set up anything for Brand New Day, or going to be important for Brand New Day at all?
I just kind of going on like a personal theory that I have, which what Brand New Day is going to be like and be about.
hmm
I think we could see a little bit of setup in the Punisher's special presentation for what's going on.
And I'm going to say I think there's going to be very little of that. I
I, I'm not saying there's gonna be a lot. I'm just saying
mhm.
I think we'll get a hint of some of that. So I think we're kind of on the same page about that.
Yeah,
Um,
I
it's
think
it's like one thing happening in Daredevil, maybe we'll kind of bleed into it, right? Like
or Punisher, I mean,
I'm sorry, yeah. Well, from Daredevil, the anti-vigilante or the anti-vigilante, is that what it's
yeah,
called? Task Force. Uh, I think that cleanup is happening, right? That's carrying over, and that's cleanup is happening in the presentation for the Punisher.
yeah.
But also, we're gonna kind of get introduced to something a little bit new that's maybe happening, or that Frank stumbles upon, or something like that, which will
I don't. Th-
bleed into
Yeah,
it.
I don't think it's going to be that big. I think it's going to be that Frank has cleaned up the vigilantes or the anti-vigilante task force, and also tying back into Daredevil Born Again, Fisk isn't mayor anymore, so it's going to create this power vacuum. And that's going to be what Frank's trying to deal with, what Spider-Man's having to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna be
Yeah.
huge. I'm
I
just
think
saying I
it's
think it's gonna be something in there that's gonna be like
yeah. I think I
rubs
think
them
it's
the
gonna
wrong way.
I think it's gonna be if you know what happened in Punisher special presentation, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I have a little bit of extra context for this, and that's about it, in my opinion.
Of course, time will tell.
hmm So let's move on. Like you were trying to give me that nice softball toss there,
Yeah, right.
and that I completely ignored. It was yeah.
Well
I
outside,
wasn't ready for the pitch. Yeah.
just a bit outside.
I mean, we'll
Um,
continue with the baseball metaphors as it is opening day.
oh,
First game
oh,
today.
that's right. You better believe I'm gonna bring up another Jackal reference.
hmm
Um, all right. Well, Spider-Man, brand new day.
Finally, yeah,
I
finally
mean,
got the trailer for that.
very well received. Sounds like.
hmm
Still to this time, like I mean, we're what now? 5, 6 days past the
Yep,
day it came out.
yep. Also,
Um,
the New Jersey Jackals are a professional baseball team based out of Paterson, New Jersey,
there you
part
go.
of the Frontier League.
Did they play the Bananas?
No, this
Savannah Bananas?
bananas. No, this would be a different league than that.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, um, it's good to know everybody. You got to know where your
Yeah, I
Jackal
mean.
baseball is.
Yeah, I believe the metrics are saying that between all the different spots that the trailer has been released, it has over 1 billion views.
That's insane.
hmm
Like,
I mean,
I
I've
can't.
watched it 3 times,
I
four.
can't get like
Yeah.
over 600 views on one of our stupid videos, and they can get 1 billion. I'm just kidding. There's no comparison there. I was like really floored though to see how well it did because that just
Yes.
shows I think how eager people are and for this movie to come out, in which
Yep.
I I just I didn't know. Like I think with all the odd speculation rumors of all these people, like it seemed a little bit of a mixed bag of like what the heck we're gonna get, but people are people are like loving it. So
So my initial response to that is 90% of the people who watched the trailer, maybe several times, didn't know any of those rumors.
no, you're probably right.
So for them, it's just they're excited for another Spider-Man film because they liked the last Spider-Man film, and they probably watched Fantastic Four or like, oh, that one's cool too. Who knows if they watch Thunderbolts? Who knows if they watch Captain America: Brave New World? But
Man,
probably probably watch stuff like those two, and now they're like, oh yeah, we're ready for the next one.
what a weird world that those people live in.
hmm There's going to be some like, wait, what's going on? No,
Wait,
probably not, though.
yeah.
They do a good job. But yeah, what do we want to kick off with here?
Um, I guess everybody's talking about the way how well it's shot. Like
Yeah,
I'm not saying it looks that it's not shot well. I just don't have the eye to see it. So I'm trying to I mean I really appreciate what I was seeing with the that internal look into the mask shot where he's falling.
yep.
Really cool. That I think that's an interesting shot, but I'm like I don't know what not seeing.
Mhm.
So
So I loved, and I spotted it pretty quickly just from some of my Spider-Man cover knowledge of like, oh, that's a reference to this.
sure.
Like this shot is clearly mimicking a comic book cover, and they're getting it right. Like this is spectacular for that, or amazing Spider-Man for that. Um, and
I'm thinking like
then
cinematography style, like
and cinematography, so that is some of that because you're setting up those shots in a particular way. But the big thing that like New Rock Stars and Real Rejects, Screen Crush have all talked about is this the color palette is different from a lot of other Marvel films where they have kind of a similar tone to them and similar look to them. Something that you probably don't think about when you watch a Marvel movie because but
well, like Thunderbolts had like a tone, I would
yeah,
say.
Thunderbolts had a tone, and it was but Thunderbolts tone was similar to what you're seeing just in terms of like color and that sort of aesthetic to what you saw in Captain America Brave New World. Whereas this just is a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more comic booky in it. Much in, I would say much in the same way that Fantastic Four First Steps, oh yes, they were, is. Um, and so like I think it's something that Destin Daniel Cretton, I have that I always want to I second guess myself. Is it Daniel Destin? It's Destin
Uh,
Daniel Cretton.
Destin, yeah, because
Yeah.
I always think I want to say Dustin, and it's Destin, and yeah,
Yeah. That's something that he does really well. And something that like I think you look at this trailer compared to what he did in Shang-Chi, I think you can see that he had more freedom to really create something that has a slightly more unique color and aesthetic here than he did in Shang-Chi.
yeah. The suit pops a little bit more. It feels like for
Suit
sure.
pops, the suit moves in a more natural way because it's not the Stark nanotech.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that's some of the things that I've noticed with it. And just, I think the action sequences feel, or like the web swinging, things like that, just, it feels different from the other Spider-Man films because we're really getting to see more of that.
So back to what you're kind of talking about with like the comic book covers, the one
Yeah.
where he's holding on to that guy
Yeah.
swinging. I got that kind of freeze frame right now, and it's definitely yeah. It does have a. I can see it now. It's just, I was just having a hard time. Uh,
I think it's hard.
Also, I'm not
It's
trained. I'm not a trained
yeah.
like I don't know cinematography that well. So
And we're also not going back and comparing it to something else. Like New Rock Stars or any of these, when they do it, they've watched these other things so many times that they would be like, oh, yeah, that does feel a little bit different. That would be something that's easier for them to kind of just latch on to.
mhm. Yeah. Um, so I think that's really it. As I'm looking at it, I'm trying to like appreciate that more, and I do. I see some of those iconic shots, especially like when you got the hand,
Oh,
and
the
him.
hand, yeah.
I was not expecting the hand. Really,
No.
just I was like, wow. Um,
And seeing like I haven't seen The Hand, obviously, in the Defenders stuff from Netflix because I haven't watched it. But seeing this hand compared to that hand, and just how this one has more of that iconic comic book look, it is so cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Now, just like how to piece this all together, because there's a
Hmm.
lot, right? We have the Hand, as we just talked about.
Yep.
We have Bruce Banner. We got the Punisher. We've got this Sadie Sink's character, which I have, people are still speculating and going with Jean Grey.
Yep.
Nobody knows officially yet. Um, Obviously, we have Tombstone, Scorpion.
Hmm.
Like it's so much going on.
And we haven't even seen Tombstone.
Right. And so people are saying that it was maybe him doing the voiceover and but
Yes.
is that confirmed? Like, do we know that
That is
that's
not
the actor?
confirmed. I forget the name of that actor. Uh, Tombstone voice actor is. Oh yeah. No. So some people are thinking it is Keith David. Um, but Marvin Jones
The
third
third.
is who's expected to play
Yeah.
Tombstone. But a lot of people think it is Keith David speaking.
Who's Keith David?
Keith David, you probably
Keith,
know
no.
him from They Live, The Thing. He's been an
Keith
actor for a long time.
Keith Davis?
Keith David.
David.
Yeah.
Not not
Armageddon.
not the New Zealand cricketer.
I mean, it could be, but
I mean,
unlikely.
he's got a lovable face. All right. Keith David. Voice actor?
I mean, actor, just in general.
Oh, that guy. No, not that guy. Sorry, it's my. Oh, wait, it is that guy. Does he have Williams? Is that technically his last name, but he just goes by Heath David? Oh, that's Keith David. God dang it. Come on, Google. Get get it together.
This is
I can't do all the work
hilarious.
for you here. Good luck. I give up. Anyways, Tombstone is somebody, right, that we have not really heard from yet. We also have the Tarantula in there, and we have
Hmm.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
So there's a lot for Peter to deal with, it seems like in this, right? Which we obviously were kind of hinted at by how many rumors of people there were. So just kind of gives me like this is going to have a lot of action.
I think it's going to have a bunch of action to it for sure. I do think characters like Tarantula and Boomerang, they feel like first act
Yeah, it's gonna be
characters.
kind of quick, like, hey, look at him. He took care of this person, took care of this
Yep.
person, and then yeah,
Yeah, he's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. These guys are coming into his neighborhood.
yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Scorpion a little bit bigger threat, I feel like.
Yes.
How much we'll get though of him? I feel like it's gonna be like a showdown, and it's not gonna be a clear winner, but we're just getting a taste of what he can do. But it's not gonna be Scorpion's big time
Hmm.
like battle with. It's just kind of like a, hey, here's his character. He's pretty badass, and we'll maybe revisit him in another movie as well.
Yeah,
But
I kind of think it is going to go that way. Though, if it is going to go that way, they gave away a fair amount of what to expect then in this trailer in terms of the Sadie Sink of it all and the DODC and Spider-Man's kind of metamorphosis.
hmm
It's
I
like,
mean,
okay, is that going to be? Is there not going to be a major villain besides maybe the DODC?
I I don't know. This is what's like. This is, I guess, maybe the concern for me of this movie that there's so much going on there that something's not gonna get the time that it should. Like the metamorphosis part is like it's kind of a big deal, right?
Hmm. I wonder, honestly, I wonder if some of the metamorphosis stuff is going to be something that plays out over multiple films.
Uh, that's a
I think it not in the
how?
term,
How does that work though? Like,
I think not in the way of like, okay, we have a whole film of him as Man Spider
yeah,
or
people would be
anything.
not okay with that probably.
Yeah, I don't think anything like that. I think it's more that we've had Peter kind of have his origin in the first three films, and we've gotten him to the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I think that it'd be an interesting struggle for him across these next three films, potentially. And it doesn't have to be three films, it could just be like the next couple films to kind of deal with like, okay, now he's fully committed to Spider-Man, at least to some level, some extent. And how does he get pulled back into the real world? And I think some of that is the metamorphosis aspect of this is he's becoming more spider-like. He's becoming more Spider-Man-ish and less Peter Parker. And that's going to be something that he has to deal with. He has to figure out that balance of he can't have it all of being both Peter Parker and Spider-Man perfectly, but also just being Spider-Man and kind of forsaking everything else has its downside as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. Um,
And, like this is obviously just at like the thematic overarching level for the whole thing.
yeah. I don't know. Okay, so I kind of mentioned before I have a theory.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it my theory? I don't really. Maybe I just pulled it from other people's theories. But so it seems like they're putting it's Brand New Day and what the Omega Effect. I was kind of wondering if they're putting these two stories together, and the Omega Effect is more to deal with Mr. Negative, and you get introduced to just how good of a villain he is. Kind of has to do with him capturing DNA of all these different mob bosses or mob families, and then creating a like a serum almost that he will use to kill off all the mobs in the city, leaving him to be the
Hmm.
final one. And then so it seems like there's that story. Um, so you'll have Tombstone there, right? Scorpion, maybe you'll have his own gang. You'll have Fisk, maybe, who knows? All these crime families that are coming together. And so that kind of also, along with the Brand New Day story, with the metamorphosis part of it, kind of meshed together. And it seems like I don't know how you do it, but what's interesting, I was trying to think of how the Omega Effect storyline would kind of work, like with the characters that we know are in it and the characters that we know are in the comics. Like Rachel is the kind of like the female Punisher in Omega Effect.
Hmm.
Maybe she's kind of been replaced with Jean Grey. Kind of those roles are kind of intertwined. Punisher's Punisher, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Then Daredevil, I also think, by the way, Daredevil is probably going to show up. Which also has been speculation of people being cut out of that image in the
Yeah.
trailer, right? With
Yep.
the hand. I think the hand will
Yeah.
be the hand is another group entity that's mob. They're kind of beyond a mob level. Scorpion, his guys, Tombstone. Um, and I just kind of feel like those two stories, because I think they've referenced quite a bit. I think they even talked about how much they were referencing different comics when they were
Hmm.
kind of creating this, and Holland even was kind of mentioning some of that. So in this case, in the Brand New Day movie, I think Jean Grey is going to be held by Mr. Negative. And I
Okay.
think that Mr. Negative is going to be using his whatever that power, that touch power that they call it he had. I can't remember what they called it. Corruption touch, maybe. Using that, channeling it through Jean and using
Yeah.
Jean's psychic abilities to kind of take over all these mob family and kind of once again trying to narrow it down just to him and his crime lord family. Um, and then Punisher's in there as himself, but I can't quite figure out. And again, like I said, Daredevil will be in it. I don't know exactly where if he's just there to help or if he's there for his own reasons that maybe will tie in from the Born Again season 2 stuff. I don't know. But it just kind of leads me to all these things that have to happen to make that all work, which is basically Spider-Man needs to rescue Jean. He needs to stop all the gangs from attacking him and each other, if I'm correct in this crazy ass theory. Stop the Hulk, which supposedly, so Banner's in this, right?
Yep.
So I'm thinking that Hulk somehow gets affected by whatever Mr. Negative's doing or via Jean Grey, which then causes him to go Gray Hulk or Psycho Hulk or back to his
Hmm.
kind of true form of a Rage Hulk. They have to then Spidey has to prevent if it's mind control or whatever he's doing with Jean Grey. So I guess that's why he'd have to rescue her to stop that from happening, all this mind control business. And then obviously you got MJ. He wants to win back and get Ned back as a friend, which is basically kind of a side story. Don't really expect that's going to resolve in this
No,
at all.
I hope
And
it
then all
doesn't.
right, and then all the while trying to figure out what's going on with this metamorphosis. So it's
Hmm.
so much that when I got to that list in my own theory, I'm like, I don't know how you do that.
Hmm.
But
So I thought instead of the Omega effect,
effect, yeah,
well, it's the Omega Drive that they're protecting.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tablet. Yep.
Yeah. I thought Gang War. So Amazing Spider-Man Gang War storyline, where it's a massive super villain crime war that erupts in New York City. And Spider-Man has to kind of confront a conflict that is more brutal and violent than potentially he normally has to deal with.
I mean, that could be. I feel like it'd just be wrapped right into
Yeah.
what I kind
I
of.
yeah.
It's just all these
I'm
different comic books that I think they're taking ideas from for
I
sure.
think so. I'm less convinced now that Mr. Negative is going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Just as I thought, as I've been thinking about it. But if Mr. Negative is in it, I would love for him to be in the DODC. I'd like for him to be working from within the
Do you think he can
DODC.
play that dual? Are they going to have him have a dual personality, you think? Because I mean, that's comic book accurate.
Yeah.
He's kind of unaware of the other. So can they get away with that type of Tyler Durden thing?
I no, I don't think he has to be unaware of it. I think he's leveraging the DODC and the fact that they're going after superpowered individuals and that he can point this organization against people he doesn't want to be around, Scorpion, Tombstone, etc., etc. And I think that it to me that's a more interesting story and that ties in the DODC, I think, neatly.
Hmm. I kind of forgot
And
about the DODC.
yeah. But otherwise, there's just so much going on that like how does the DODC fit in as well? I think
Yeah,
there's some element of the story that I think is going to be simpler and less important than we think. One of the things I'm potentially thinking is the Hulk.
that
Is
he's
Bruce
not. Oh, sorry,
is
go
it
ahead.
just, yeah, is it just going to be Bruce Banner? Is it going to be Peter going to Bruce Banner to get some of this scientific explanation sort of stuff?
Right. I, yeah, because I mean, so I was thinking, and I think maybe we've talked about this, but Bruce Banner, if he was in it, well, I mean, not if he's in it.
Yeah.
If the Punisher is brought in to try and help against Hulk, if that happens, that that doesn't make sense either, based on what I'm seeing in the trailer, I guess, which is only, a couple seconds worth of the Punisher. But so you see Frank run over Peter.
Hmm.
Peter gets up, jumps back. He jumps onto this vehicle of Frank's, and you can see that he's got his web shooters, like the physical mechanical web shooters on, which people are saying that the metamorphosis gives him the natural web shooters in his wrists, like the Tobey Maguire, right? So, being that if his web shooters are on when he shoots them at Frank Castle, that's got to be earlier on in the movie, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, with
Yeah.
that,
Well, we should talk
that would
about
mean that would also then mean that Hulk is probably not a thing that
mhm.
Frank is there for, because there's no way they're going to jump into Hulk happening that early on in the film, I don't think.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and it like
so why the
with
hell is
that
Frank in
scene,
it? I don't know.
with the tank, I think it's to push Spider-Man and make him question if he's using enough force, almost maybe leading into the metamorphosis of Spider-Man leaning into kind of the more animalistic side, more violent side of things, which could trigger or be an effect of the metamorphosis.
Okay, that's plausible. Because if it's going to happen early, yeah, I don't know why else. Unless Frank is there trying to stop the tank, and he's
I
just
mean,
a mechanism for encouraging this metamorphosis to happen via whatever advice or whatever lesson is learned out of that whole kind of shot or scene with the tank. I don't
yeah,
know. It just
I
seems
think
like a
that
weak use of Frank. There's got to be something bigger,
I think that, well, I mean, you think about the use of, I do think they'll use Frank again. I think Frank will probably get used to help rescue Sadie Sink's character.
out of the prison. Maybe you think she's in the
Yeah,
prison?
I think, yeah, she's in,
Or or is that where Daredevil is? They have to break him out. Is that where
no,
the Daredevil ends at the end of season
no.
two?
I mean, excuse me there. I do think Daredevil could end season two in prison, but I don't think they're going to. I think if they do that and that's going to be important for season three,
Right?
they're not going to bust him out in Spider-Man. So I think they could
Hmm?
use it to bust out Sadie Sink's character. Like Peter needs to team up with somebody, and he has some level of rapport. Like,
But where Sadie Sink is, though, is does not look like a prison. It
I mean,
looks more like a place
oh,
for
that's true.
severance.
Yes, I say prison because she's being held
Okay.
in something. So it is a prison, but not necessarily the prison scene that
Okay.
we're seeing there. Or it could be a special holding cell. Like if you think about the X-Men films where Magneto was being held.
Yeah, that's
A
what.
lot of that looked like prison, and then you get to where Magneto is being held, and it's this plastic place
Yeah.
completely different. That's kind of, I don't know. To me that feels like the right use of Frank for this film because you can't have Peter always shooting webbing over his mouth every time that Frank is going to swear.
It'd be kind of funny though.
It
Just
would be kind of funny if they do that a couple times, but
yeah.
the longer it goes on, especially the more screen time you're giving the Punisher, it's gonna it's gonna feel less like the Punisher. And I think that Barenthal would have had some things to say about it and potentially would have said, nah, find another character to put in, just with how passionately he talks about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to cheapen the what the Punisher character
Especially,
is.
Yeah,
So,
especially coming off of a special presentation that I expect
right,
to be very violent and bloody.
right. Yeah. I don't know. Totally agree with you in the fact that it's probably him assisting in a breakout of some kind, or I don't know. I just can't figure out how they're gonna fit all this into a movie yet. But
Right. And I wonder too if it's something where the DODC, with or without Mr. Negative, has and is trying to weaponize Jean Grey to some extent, and she's pushing back against it. And like when the hand is attacking the prison, that could just be like an outer part of the prison where Jean Grey is being held, and Peter is like all these different gangs are trying to get her too.
yeah. Uh I don't know. I don't know. There's
Well,
It
one
doesn't seem
thing,
right that the gangs would go for her. That's the
if
X-Men story. It seems like it's more of a DODC thing.
mhm,
So there's, I guess, where you're tying with Mr. Negative working with the DODC makes more sense. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Either way, I think
yeah.
the trailer looks really intriguing.
What did you think of the fact that they are doing the metamorphosis idea, the different life cycles of a spider, the organic webbing?
It feels forced,
It, it, well, I'm not going to say it feels forced. It's just, it
maybe.
feels weird to have in the trailer.
Yes. It
It spends a lot of time on that.
it feels like it's had to be added in, and it obviously will probably make more sense when we watch it, but like it
Mhm.
feels like it had to be added in for like Secret Wars stuff. Like he needed to power up somehow for something.
Maybe I'm not buying that so much. I think it was an intentional part of Peter's they're gonna play it into Peter's struggles as a human. And that's gonna be it's gonna it's gonna mirror something else that he's struggling with, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
I
don't
do
know.
think so when he falls, so when he finds himself in the webbing
Yep,
outside and everybody can see Tom Holland shirtless,
yep.
and pantsless.
Noted.
Yeah. You see him reach up like he's going to shoot webbing out, but in the scene, like where you would expect the webbing to shoot, like at the point in time you would expect it to shoot out based off of when he stops moving, you don't see any webbing. Is there a chance that somebody,
Daredevil.
Daredevil, Hulk, I mean, there's
Gene.
Gene. Um, he's falling outside of the
S-
apartment. Theoretically, he lives across or is very close to where MJ and or Ned are living now. So, does somebody grab him, or is it going to be Webbing?
Thinking Spider-Gwen? Just
I
kidding.
think
I don't think so.
I don't think it's that, but I do. I think there's a decent chance that it's somebody grabbing him in that scene.
To me, it's gonna either be Jean wouldn't grab him. Jean would use her mind. So to me, it seems like a Daredevil thing. Like he
Frank,
sends, oof, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Or he just, or this is where he's introduced to, like, because you see him, like he's like, I don't have my web shooters on, and then he falls, and then I think he learns how to use his
I
organic web shooters
right.
at that point in time. I just
I
think it's
think
not
there's a
shown
yeah.
because they don't want to give it away.
Which it's obviously given away
Yeah,
at this point in time. So it's weird.
but to us, it's given away. But to the
To the
95
yeah.
million other viewers,
Yes, there's a lot of people who haven't gone through the breakdowns, haven't watched
right?
everything in slow motion, gone frame by frame. Not that we have
No.
necessarily done that, but we've watched breakdowns. The fourth time I watched the trailer, I actually did watch it at like 25% speed,
Hmm.
just so that I could really focus in on like background stuff and
Yeah.
things like that.
Did you turn the audio off? Because I can't do
I
that
did.
listening to the audio. Because it just...
I turned, yeah, I turned the audio off and I put the subs on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I do think probably that in the final cut it will show him shooting webbing out of there. You mentioned the speculation with the hand shot and that
Yeah.
jump. Do you think that there are other characters there?
Yeah.
Do you think that they did the exact same thing that they did in Spider-Man No Way Home in the trailer in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah. It's bold and seems dumb, but at the same time, it's true. Those people are not looking at him. Like the hand, some of the people in the lower part of the image are not looking at him. They are looking
It's, I will
one
say,
straight ahead. One is kind of also straight ahead. I mean, I guess I could be making a stretch on it because these are most likely CGI or I don't know how you make, but
I I'm less convinced on that. Um, and I'd have to like I kind of want to just really quickly pull it up and watch it for myself in motion sort of thing because I do think that kind of that motion matters some for it as well. So let's see. There we are. We're close there. So there's so one of them is definitely more of them are looking up, I think, than people give them credit for. I'll say that just watching it. And all of them are headed in an upward trajectory towards him.
real-time analysis happening here, people.
Yep. So I'm less convinced that there's going to be anybody else in that scene.
That guy in the back,
That's the one who
he looks like he's going to kick something that's more in front of him, like straight on, instead of at a upper.
he's the one who's also whose face more so looks. No, watching it in slow motion, he doesn't. Oh, the one in the very back.
Yeah, he's pulling a sword like around his waist at that point or something.
Yeah,
He looks like he's about to like pull that other back leg out and gonna go for a kick.
I
I don't
think
know.
he's spinning a slash. To me, he's looking up too.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
yeah,
I see your point. Like, would they do this again? I
I
mean,
I could very well be wrong. I'm just there is so much conviction by a lot of like the like Marvel updates or the direct MCU and I'm just so many of these places online of like, yeah, we nailed them again. I think that there's I think that there was very obvious stuff in the other one, mainly the lizard getting kicked
yeah,
actually in the shot to show that okay, the lizard hits something or something hits the lizard that was taken out. They didn't leave any of that in with this one.
yeah.
And so I think that there's a chance that this was done in such a way. I mean, one, it's a beautiful shot,
Uh-huh.
but also I could see them putting a shot like this in the trailer to mess with everybody.
I mean, yeah, it could be
Especially
a kind of a gotcha back at,
mhm.
all the people that caught him the first
Special
time.
like Destin Daniel Cretton. I mean, he says that his kid's first word was Spider-Man, which is pretty impressive for a kid. First word,
Truly is, honestly. Mine
but
was toast.
yeah,
Two
makes
syllables.
sense.
Toast? No, it's one syllable. Not
Yeah.
as cool. Spider Man, that's three. That's
Mhm.
really good.
Mhm.
Genius on that guy's
Yeah,
hands.
but I think that Destin Daniel Cretton would care enough and cares enough about Spider-Man and with what they're putting out that if it looked like it was going to be that obvious, that he would have put his foot down. Like this
Probably.
is somebody who's very passionate about it. So to me, that just seems like I think there's a 30% chance that there's other characters there.
I mean, they could have done it and then not, they knew that the other characters didn't give it away as much as
Yeah,
a
it's a
shot to
kick.
the, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. To so
Definitely.
I could see
There's
it
definitely
being
that
that,
too.
or yeah, it's just a really cool shot that people are really thinking it's the same kind of thing where they pulled characters out.
Mhm.
So
Because there's a lot of negative space there. Like there's
yeah,
just a lot of unused space. And
but also makes it kind of look cool. Like it's a wide shot
yep,
versus, being more a tighter shot. So,
yes.
um, it, I don't know, it gives it kind of a certain,
It gives it a comic book cover feel
it does. Yeah.
in a lot of ways. And oddly enough, that's not a direct comic book cover.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of the panels somewhere. There's something like that, but,
Yeah.
um, good stuff. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. I'm excited to I I'm I'm trying to think. I think that maybe we'll get our next next actual trailer kind of the first story trailer, maybe only story trailer. Is that going to come out probably the same time as Punisher's special presentation? Couple months.
Is that too soon? A couple months?
So a couple months. Yeah, May 10th, a month and a half, and that's about 2 months before the movie.
I mean, that makes sense. Were you saying something about the Punisher?
Yeah, Punisher special presentation will come out at the same time or similar time that that comes out. Just
Oh,
because the
yeah.
Punisher is going to be in both.
When does that? I forget that how many episodes there are. Where is that going to put us? Where does Daredevil Born Again season 2 end? What's the dates?
I don't remember the exact date that that ends. I know that the Punisher special presentation is May 10th.
Okay.
So it would probably
Yeah.
be May 3rd.
I mean, I would say that it's got to come out around there. May,
Yeah.
June, July, and it's July 20,
Yeah.
31st. 31st is brand new day. Oh, that's like the very tail end of July. I don't know. Yeah, I could see Punisher happening, and then they would release it the next week. They don't want to
Right.
take
Or
the thunder
even
away
the
from
next.
Punisher. 2 weeks,
I
maybe.
no, no way. I could
Two
see it
weeks
the
after the
next day.
Punisher?
I could see it the
Really?
next day. Yeah. It's not going to take anything away from the Punisher. Punisher is a one-off special presentation. People are going to watch it when it comes out. Nothing in Spider-Man is going to Spider-Man, yeah, isn't going to take away the steam of people who are like want to watch it. Um, and it's not like we're going to be talking about it for what does it do next? Like the average person isn't going to be like, "Oh, what's coming up next?" sort of thing.
Uh,
So I
I mean,
think
I
to tie
agree with that, but
I think to tie it in, be like, "Oh yeah," because I expect at the end of Punisher's special presentation, we'll see something like Punisher will return in Spider-Man Brand New Day. We already know
I
that, but
I don't think it would be the next day. I think they want to at least give some of the YouTubers out there some time to chew on the special presentation and Daredevil ending. So
I
I'd
mean,
say they give it
Daredevil
at least a
ending.
week. They'll give it at least a week before they.
I don't think a week because it's
Okay.
a single special presentation.
Right, but you also have the Daredevil.
But that's
Like I
already been
guess
done for a
that's been a
week.
week. That's been a week, right? Sure, but
Yeah.
I don't know. After all, I don't know. It's taking. I feel like it's kind of a slap in the face of like John Barenthal and that
No,
crew. Uh,
it's
you gotta let it
in
ruminate a little bit.
if anything, it's going to give it a bump in terms
Eh,
of, yeah, if you're like, oh, if they can somehow, especially if, I don't know how they do this, but on the social media posts and stuff like that, referencing that the Punisher special presentation is out. And then be like, and see him in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Watch the new trailer now. And then people who don't know that there's a Punisher special presentation might be more apt to tune into it. So, yeah, not
maybe.
necessarily the next day, but if that comes out on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for that, I mean, especially Friday, give it the whole weekend to kind of dominate. That's
We,
where my mind would be, but
yeah, I don't know. I think we're kind of a little bit on opposites on this one. We should have, this podcast should be called Time Will Tell because
time will tell on this. And
yeah.
I also think there's a very real chance that we will get maybe at the end of April, get the next Brand New Day trailer before Daredevil's even done. Because you gotta advertise your really expensive movie so that people go watch it.
Yeah.
People are gonna go watch it because it's Spider-Man, but you still have to advertise it so they don't forget that it's coming out.
Yeah. And a couple more things. I don't know. I again sitting in the position of I don't know if I want to see anymore. I feel like
And I mean, the next trailer is going to be the story trailer. That's kind of what they call it.
yeah, it gives more about what's actually happening in the story
Mhm.
sequence of things.
Yeah. Also, just one final thing to wrap up on. It was pointed out on a couple places that Sadie Sink gets the third billing on this film.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, the idea that she is playing a small character is- should have already been dispelled because she's been confirmed for Secret Wars. But the fact that she's third bill on this, there's no way this is a small character.
Right. I mean, with Zendaya in there, uh, John Barenthal, like
Mhm.
who's
Mark
so
Ruffalo,
Mark
yeah,
Ruffalo,
yep.
I guess Tillman is not necessarily, but like
He
still
wouldn't be
some.
third billing, but yeah, he could have easily been ahead of Sadie Sink in
Mhm.
terms of billing.
Yeah,
So
that says something.
yeah, I think it says enough that I don't think there's a chance she's Mayday Parker anymore.
Yeah.
I think that character is too obscure and too small,
Yes. Sorry, I had a thought, but I'm not gonna. I'm not. I
and
don't
it's
think I'm
gone.
gonna go down it. Yeah, it's there, but I'm like, no, I just yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it.
So let us
All
know
right.
your thoughts on the trailer. We will be back next week, as we said. I haven't had a chance to watch Daredevil Born Again episode or season 2, episode 1 yet. Gonna get that knocked out here soon. Expect a video to go up on the channel, YouTube channel, 10 Minute Marvel, when that happens, just for some early thoughts and reaction from me, as well as then a whole lot of conversation that's going to be happening on it. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of speculation and what you might need to or should be looking at for going into episode 2 the following day. Greg gave a few ways you can help support the podcast at the beginning, and we really do appreciate everybody who's checking out this podcast and joining us here. But with that, see you next time.
Take care, everybody.